Hi guys, so the attempts by what I call Boris Johnson loyalists, or probably just Tory party fanatics, are getting pretty desperate. Here I want to show you two clips. One is of our good friend and red-faced Brexiteer Sir Edward Leigh. The other is a guy called Richard Bacon. Leigh engages in whataboutism, a fallacy where you try to take the heat off someone by talking about something unrelated. The second is just gaslighting, saying that nothing happened, and again, what about Tony Blair? It's pretty pathetic. Have a look.
Edward Leigh, when Europe stands on the brink of war and there is a cost of living crisis, can we please have a sense of proportion over the Prime Minister being given a piece of cake in his own office by his own staff?
I completely agree.
It's not about a piece of cake, you friggin' idiot. It's about Boris Johnson breaking the law, Boris Johnson breaking the rules, Boris Johnson misleading Parliament. It's not about a piece of friggin' cake. You idiot. Now, what is he doing here? He's trying to convince the public that they should be focusing on important things like the brink of war with Russia, the cost of living crisis. But think about it for a moment. Does anyone honestly believe that Edward Leigh gives a crap about the cost of living crisis? I'm not even going to waste your time by looking at his voting record. I've covered it before, and you can check it out yourself. But he does not give a crap about the poor, the working class. He doesn't care about people who are on welfare and are not able to work because of illness or a disability. He does not give a crap about those people. So do not talk about the cost of living crisis when you have a long voting record of throwing the poor and the working class under a bus. Okay? But this idea that stop talking about Boris Johnson and his cake. The cake is irrelevant. Boris Johnson broke the rules. He broke the law. He misled Parliament. That's serious. Then we have this other idiot.
Mr. Speaker, does the paymaster agree? Does the paymaster agree that compared with being interviewed under caution for flogging peerages, as Tony Blair was, compared with trying to prosecute a former First Minister of Scotland when they were told there was no evidence to do so, and compared with taking money from Chinese spies, that eating a piece of birthday cake is a relatively minor offence?
My friend makes his point powerfully and eloquently.
I'm not sure about the latter part of that. Powerfully, yes. Okay. Once again, trying to convince the public, setting the narrative that Boris Johnson ate some cake. What's the big problem with that? You know, is it the end of the world if Boris Johnson ate some cake? See what they're trying to do to you? They're trying to convince you that the crime here is Boris Johnson eating the cake. The crime is not that. Boris Johnson created the rules. He wrote the rules. He wanted others to follow those rules. People made sacrifices. Some people broke the rules. They got fined. They got punished. Boris Johnson broke the rules on numerous occasions and he did not get punished. Now, he also lied to Parliament. He has lied to Parliament on a daily basis. That's serious. He's broken the law, it seems. So, once again, as I said, they're trying to convince you that the problem here is the cake. The problem here is a little party. The problem here is Boris Johnson's birthday. No, that is not the problem. The problem is the Prime Minister, who's responsible for government, who's responsible for the rules, broke those rules. The Prime Minister, who's supposed to be accountable to Parliament, has lied to Parliament. That is what's serious here. Not a piece of frigging cake. But the Tories are trying to convince you that the issue is the cake. And unfortunately, the media are going to pick up on that, and the public are going to be convinced in their minds that, look, maybe, we shouldn't be focusing on this piece of cake. It's not really that serious. And then Boris Johnson has won, and the Conservative Party have won. The Conservative Party are about protecting themselves. They don't care about the public. They don't care about the rules. They don't care about dealing with this pandemic. It's about protecting themselves. Boris Johnson's in charge at the moment, so his allies, or the allies of the loyalists, I should say, within the Conservative Party will protect the Prime Minister. As soon as Boris Johnson's out, he'll be forgotten about by these people. And then the new person will come in and they'll do everything to defend that person. It's about protecting the party over the country. Always has been, always will be. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.